clinics that they were taken through. And then they are duly certified as healthy, as people who have the know-how in cooking rightly.
But more wait. Since you started taking, you attend your lectures at PEM site.
Yes.
Since you started taking PEM site food,
yeah.
If all not been certified, have they?
No.
But yet who have complained to you? Why do you picture this thing as a problem?
All right. So as health students, our health are our priority. And so at the end of the day, we should be in safe hands. We should know that the food that we are consuming is, rightly cooked, and people who have the know-how in cooking, who have knowledge about the right methods and even the hygiene that concerns cooking. And so, and we have in UHAS nutritionists.
Mr. Moro,
Yes, sir.
Is well made. You know the issue.
No, please.
The blatant truth I'll tell you is that on your policies alone, this panel has a lot of questions.
Sure.
Reasons to even tell you that you are not ready. I'm telling you, it's a blatant. And I think the issue is that number one, you do not know what is happening in the SRC. Two, you have not actually done a lot of information inquiry from the people who are in power. The priority questions. Because
We understand that. Yeah. No. Oh yes.
it has been well said by Chair. You see, you need to do a lot of take a lot of things out and ask yourself, what do the student need at this point? Nice. And know that your time is short. You say to yourself, the middle of next semester and second semester, you are gone. Nice. See, let me end this. Welfare and souvenirs. You want to give 50% partial scholarship. That is, you are paying 50% of school fees. For at least, that is for at least 50 needy students.
Yeah.
We want to establish SRC student complaint office at both Ohoy and PEM sites. We want to give SRC branded t-shirt per student and give 5 SRC branded exercise books per student. Oh, Amoro, this is not acceptable. If I'm to go to restructuring parliament, okay, I will actually bring up all your ideas on parliament and I'll let you know that you're falling short. Because when it comes to restructuring parliament, I actually don't know what you mean by that.
All right. So I thought that in every parliament.
So tell me, if there's a let's start from the speaker to the last person. How is the structure of parliament?
All right. So I understand that in every parliament, membership should be based on election.
No, first, tell me the structure of parliament from the speaker to the last person.
So we have the speaker, the deputies, we have the clerks, we have other members and other committees in parliament.
How many are the deputies?
2.
What is the criteria for selecting deputies?
All right. So the speaker is elected, is appointed and elected, and then the House now chooses amongst the members two people to be
Two people from where?
Parliament.
Yes, but on what criteria? Honestly. One is from Bohoi, one is from that is another structure.
I may have not understood the question.
So my brother, the policies, we can just I'll give it to my co-panelists.
Honorable Moro,
The Honorable.
it's just a form of advice that I want to deliver to you, okay? Don't be bold in life. You get it? Don't be bold when, okay? Because just now you're giving description about yourself to the audience out there. You yourself, you know these are not to be implementable. You can't implement them. Okay. So together with my panelists, I want you to collaborate with your vice, come out with 5 tangible policies. Okay, out of your policies, come out with at least 5 tangible ones that we think you can be implementing on them.
Right.
Sure. Out of what you think right now you are lying to us, so don't select those you think you are lying about, and come out with the 5 tangible ones, and let's vet you on that, so that we can find the marks for you. Is that okay?
Honorable member, thank you very much. But I would like to plead with you. You may disagree with my policies. These are our ideas about what we think needs to be done in UHAS. These are not lies.
So
You may disagree as to whether they are realistic or they are not. That's your discretion. But to call me a liar in front of these people,
No, when we say a liar, okay, intentional meaning of a liar. All right, you are not a liar as in the personal life, but on the realization of these. I mean, these policies. Okay, but that doesn't make you a liar. And don't get it personalized. Don't be personalized about it. Don't get emotional about it.
I'm not getting emotional.
Please
Okay.
listen to me.
Yes.
Don't get emotional about it. All right. Answer the question. That is all.
Yeah.
All right. Asking whether it is realistic or not. It says 5. So you 5 pinpoint whether all are realistic. Which one is much
Yes, we
tangible
will
than
do
the other?
that. But I just wanted him to know that
He doesn't want to know. Trust me. Thank you, bro.
you're welcome. Honor. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. All right. So one item is from academics. That wouldn't take us more than 2 weeks, when God willing, we are elected as leaders of the SRC. Yes, yes. And so when you look at academics, effective and mandatory observation of all practical lessons established for every course. And if you want me to explain how, I will. All right. So when you look at Article 81 of our Constitution, the SRC Constitution, Clause 2, Section E, an academic affairs committee of the SRC. Yes. All right. This committee is mandated to ensure that they carry out consistent research to ascertain. Okay, let me read directly. Sorry. Okay.
You should have mentioned the chapter to us. What chapter are you reading from? Because you can't just say article without a chapter.
Yes.
Good.
If you can go rightly to page 45, you find it.
So you don't know the chapter of which you are coming out from.
I will get you the chapter.
Good.
All right. So there's a requirement in there that directs this committee is the role of this committee is to carry out on a consistent basis research to inform the prudent development of academic facilities, resources, and conditions in the university, as well as the timely mitigation of the threats to the academic quality and integrity of the university. And we had so many students coming to us to complain about lecturers having to call off practical sessions because there are no reagents or no equipment. And so at the end of the day, we realized that this is a threat to the practical skills that at the end of the day, the students would have to acquire in the school. And so at the end of the day, we are going to charge and champion this committee, empower it to at the end of the day, come out with solutions to this problem. The committee has there's a provision in the academic affairs committee. I am not privy to that. Yes. So basically, if I had that solutions or people, doing that, I wouldn't have thought of
Um,
rank charting. Yes, I know. All right. Thank you very much.
Pertaining that particular thing, that particular policy, how are you going to do? Is it that you're going to force the lecturers to come to or hold the practical sessions, or what are you going to do? Can you elaborate on it?
The lecturers are supposed to be provided, or labs are supposed to be equipped to be able to provide this equipment and resources to the lecturers to be able to carry out this.
All right.
And
All right. Thank you very much with the policy side. Okay. So, which position are you waging for? And which position are you waging for?
am I waging for
I mean, what position do you want to hold?
the federal SRC president?
Okay. Give me 5 roles of the federal SRC president.
Okay, so the federal SRC president is the chief spokesperson of the students, the student body. The federal SRC represents the student body at University Governing Council. The federal SRC president would appear or represent the students in a case that is being held in court that concerns the student body. The SRC president is the final authority to funds that yes, to funds that may be disbursed from the SRC fund.
Okay. With reference to your thing that you said the SRC would represent the student in court.
The SRC president
President will represent the student in court. Where did you
would
say that?
appear
will appear in court. Where did you see that?
All right, so it's in Article 19,
Okay.
where it is the provisions that states the functions of the president.
It says that the SRC president is supposed to represent the students in court.
Let me maybe my paraphrasing. Problem. Let me just get to that
You have all
point.
time.
The SRC president, that's clause 9. The SRC president shall represent the SRC in any court in which proceedings against or on behalf of the SRC are held. So this is what I mean.
So it's on the SRC, not for a student.
Yes. So
Do you understand?
thank you very much.
So nobody can send and then call the SRC president to come and represent him.
Sure.
If the SRC is taken to court, that is where the president
Would appear.
will appear.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because it's an institution and it can be sued or it can sue.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So no students can go and do something and then call on the SRC to represent.
That is not what I meant, but because of wrongful paraphrasing. So
Okay.
forgive me for that. Fine. Hmm. I think if I get this section right, we have a difference between authorization and approval. The budget or fund or the request can be approved by Parliament, but it behoves on the president to pen his signature for this transaction to be carried forward. There's a
Thank you.
the executive, the SRC executive committee, the SRC Parliament. Yeah. Yeah. If he decides that he won't sign, I don't think that it will just be carried forward. But he can be called to action or he can be called to order. Yes.
Do you understand that?
Sure.
Okay. So at an instant that you want to do your gym, and then the SRC Parliament says no, you cannot do it.
Yes. They are the Parliament is the final approval body. Is a approval body. That I
So you
understand.
understand now.
Yes. What I was saying is
So
about
you
being a
understand
signatory.
why we are saying some of your things are not feasible. Because if I sit at Parliament with you, you will not go with this. Do you understand?
That depends on you.
I'm trying to tell you that it's not feasible because some people are like me and they will not allow you to execute that. That's why some of your policies are not feasible. Do you understand that?
We may not always have our way.
Moro, do you understand?
Yes, I understand you.
So Moro, it's okay. So I want you to ask you something on your that is the knowledge you has on you has and the structures. Okay. All right. So what is the current news that you've heard or you saw about regarding you has the current?
The current.
Yes, please.
Okay, so
The one
recent.
that went international worldwide.
All right, so UHAS was ranked second in Ghana on the World University Scientific ranking.
And what was the reason or what was the criteria?
Okay, so I asked
What
a
was the
lecturer.
criteria?
Yes, I've not read about this current
So you don't know
position,
that at all.
but I've asked about the criteria for ranking a university. Okay, and so the person that I contacted told me that one of the things is the faculty. The second is their research output.
Basically, it was the research anyway.
Yes.
So try and make your things very short. Okay. All right. Tomorrow, please. The-
Who composed the national anthem?
Philip Beho.
How many stanzas do you have?
Stanzas that I'm unable to tell.
Moro, can you be on your feet? With all due respect.
Pardon?
Can you be on your feet? With all due respect. And recite the national pledge.
The national pledge. I promise on my honor to be faithful. I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my heart, with all my strength, and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our forefathers, of our fathers. Through I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers.
Oh, you have it. Move on. Don't stop. Right?
Pardon?
Or you want to put a stop to it? Would you like to put a stop to it, or you would like to continue?
I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. I promise my.
Thank you.
All right.
Kind of a seat. Thank you.
I think.
So I think we're okay with it. Let's on last question. Right. Anthony Akowe. Yeah, sure. All right.
Mr. Agbede, right? Or Gebe. Okay. All right. When does the SRC vice president become or assume the position of a president?
There are several instances to that. So maybe when the president is ineffective or ineffective in carrying out his duties as a result of maybe an infirmity.
Please,
or
you can hear me well when I speak in the mic, right?
yes.
So please, can you do me that favor?
Okay, so there are several instances to which vice president can assume the office of the president. All right, one of them which is maybe when the president is ineffective or unable to carry out his duties due to maybe a health infirmity or inefficiencies. All right. And let's say there is an impeachment on the president. So upon parliament and parliamentary deliberations and all that, once the president is impeached, it may mean he wouldn't hold his office anymore. And the rightful person to replace that office is the vice president.
Okay. So the vice president, okay. Assume you go for a program and then they say you has vice president is in our midst. You should give the vote of thanks. Can you please give us the vote of thanks? Just imagine this meeting has come to an end and they are giving the vote of thanks. Can you stand up and do that for us, please?
So I'm here for Kofi Gebe, the Federal Vice President of UHAS SRC, and I'm here to give the vote of thanks to this program. I want to first of all thank each and everyone for making it up to this program, and I want to thank each and everyone for their contributions and making this program happen. And I want to also say a great thank you for helping making things and also making this program come to pass. And the aims or the goals for this program is well attained. I want to thank each and everyone for making it to this program. And as we invite you next time, you shall be able to make it.
All right, okay. So, Mr. Vice President, um, okay, let me ask you a general question. I think general knowledge too. So, who is the director of internal affairs for US? Director of internal affairs.
Then the
Director of internal affairs, US.
internal affairs.
Yes. Hey, internal audit. Yeah. Internal audit. Sorry.
Internal audit.
Yes.
Um, so please,
I have no idea. Okay, so in which year did the registrar join US? In which year did the registrar join US? Okay, just mention 4 people who are members of the University Council.
4 people.
Yes, who are members of the University Council.
Okay. So we have the council chairman, His Lordship Justice Maolo Uche. We have the vice chancellor, Professor John Owusu Japon. Um, the, okay, so we would have the SRC president as a member, who currently is His Excellency Honorable Felix Akwalu. Then we also have the GRASA president.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Gabby,
Yeah.
have you been to, is this your first time being to Hawaii or this semester you have been here?
Oh, please. This is my first time.
This is your first time.
Yes, please.
When did you accept to be Boro's vice?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yes, please.
All right. So in this race, how many opponents are you guys going directly with? How many opponents?
Come again.
How many opponents are you guys going to this race with?
4.
Four.
4 opponents.
So that means that there are other 4 vice presidential hopefuls.
Yes, please.
Are you better than them all?
Yes, please.
What makes you better than them?
I think holding an office or a position is based on several qualities and abilities or skills. Right. So I'm a sports. I'm a very active sports personality, and through my experiences, captain several things, and that's some way a leadership role. And for a governor to be successful, you need teamwork, and that's basically what is required in football. All right. So with these 2 basic,
Just a normal conversation.
so with these 2 basic qualities, that is teamwork and let's say captain or being a leader, you should have certain skills that sets you aside from others.
I get you.
Yes.
So when 2 weeks ago he approached you, did you guys work on this policies together?
Yes, please.
Then you can see that it is not the best. So from here you are going to do more work on it.
Sure, we will refine it and get things realistic.
All right. So I think we are moving on to the general knowledge. General knowledge. Have you assigned that? So general knowledge. Any member who wants to ask a question on the general knowledge? All right.
Mr. Gebe, general knowledge. What is South Africa noted for?
Go.
South Africa, what is it noted for?
I can't.
You don't know. Okay. Let me one last way. What does the green color in the Ghana flag represent?
So it represents vegetation and forestries.
So, who is the Minister of Finance?
Honorable Ken Oforiata.
And the Minister of, I think we have fisheries here. Yeah, Minister of Fisheries.
Right.
Who's the MP of this constituency? Who's the MP of this constituency? So you can't help him out.
MP. Okay. Honorable John Peter Amewu.
The whole constituency.
Pardon?
The whole constituency.
Question on the constitution, please. Question on the constitution to my left, please. Question on the constitution to my left. For the vice president. You don't ask, it means you don't like them. Perfect. Let's ask.
Mr. Vice President, how are you doing?
I'm good, please. Thank you.
You are very gentle. Have you read through the Constitution?
Yes, please.
Come again?
Yes, please.
Good. Please, per the answers to be given from the Constitution, is it a solely thing or they can collaborate and give the answer? Chairperson, can they bring their two heads together and answer the question? Oh, okay. But I'll plead with you if you can allow him alone to answer the question. Okay, thank you very much. What requirement per the Constitution? Give me 3 requirements that we expect from the SRC president. 3 requirements per the Constitution. Okay, we are expecting from the SRC president.
So, one, the person aspiring for that position should possess a certain CGPA per the Constitution 3.0 and above.
Continue. You didn't ask anything.
Then two, the person I can't really paraphrase directly from that, but the person must be free of any forms of maybe the person must not have issues in his particular school or with any top-notch official in the school, and the person must be free of any form of iniquities. Yes.
1. So you have no.
Oh, please.
Okay. So let me just correct you. All right. It's found in chapter 6. All right. Okay, so you can refer to that. Thank you.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 20, okay, I want you to give me percentage wise. Think about the question very carefully. On a scale of 1 to 20, give me percentage wise how honest you are. I'm being fair, okay? On a scale of 1 to 20, in percentage wise, give me how honest you are. It involves mathematics, so you have to work it out. And it should be short as okay.
18. 18 on a scale of 1 to 20. 90%. Yes, please. 18 over 20, 100%.
Thank you very much. Okay, please, your questions are welcome. Anybody with a question?
I heard it. Said you have never been. I
Yes, please.
have a
No, please. For this semester. He asked me for this
for this
semester, have I?
semester.
Yes, please.
Okay. I want to ask, what will you do if there is any alleged financial misappropriation by you or any of your executives?
Please, who is this question directed to, me or my vice?
You.
Both of us. Okay. So if there are allegations, or you are saying alleged, on the part of the president, please, okay. So the constitution has clearly stated the channel of communication. So if any students or group of students have any challenge with anybody conducting him or herself in a manner that will be inimical to the SRC, the person needs to draw the attention or petition the CJ. And then the CJ, within 3 days, has to, you know, bring to the notice of the accused person um, the allegations or the accusations. And then in 5 days, within 5 days,
Yes, please, any question? Okay, thank you very much. So we are left with two aspirants, federal presidents, and we are waiting for the other one, Elijah. He'll be here very soon.
thank you very much.
Okay. How are you? Sit down, please. Can we get it? Brief introduction. A brief introduction. So the mic is in front of you. So anyone who starts, that's I believe President should start, and then actually, if you're not ready, you can give it to your vice.
Thank you very much for the question. In the person of Nyakon Elijah, a level 300 public health nursing student from the University of Applied Sciences. The president for the School of Nursing and Midwifery, and I'm a student activist. I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm a leader. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. My name is Roger Maxwell Richards. I'm a level 200 medical student of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. I'm the current Medical Students Association Treasurer and past Vice President of the University of Health and Allied Sciences Debate Society. And I'm aspiring for the position of Vice President, which is why I'm here.
Okay, Mr. President Hope. What does the Constitution say about you holding a position and then vying for the next position? You are NAMSA president, right? You are NAMSA president, and
Yeah.
you want to become SRC president. Have you conducted your election?
Yes, please. We are in the process of conducting the elections.
Have you conducted
We are
your election?
almost at the terminal part.
Have you conducted the election?
Not yet, but almost.
Relax. It's a question. Have you conducted your election?
No, please.
Okay, so you are still the president of NAMSA.
Yes, since I've not handed over.
Good. So what does the Constitution say about that?
The Constitution does not categorically state that when you are holding a position in your school or in your association, you cannot vie for the house president.
But what does it say? Can you give me, that's the Constitution. Can you read that article I'm referring to me right now? Hope you've come across that, right?
Yeah, so Article 38, a person shall not be qualified to be an executive officer if he or she has been adjudged or otherwise declared to have misappropriated funds or conduct himself in a manner as to cause depreciation in respect or loss or otherwise in any cash or property entrusted to him, or he has been found by any committee of inquiry to be incompetent to hold any office, or is a person in respect of whom a committee or a commission of inquiry has found that while holding any office, he has acquired asset unlawfully or defrauded the SRC or misused or abused his office, or willfully acted in a manner predicated to the interest of the student, and the findings have not been set aside on appeal or judicial review. Or clause C, has once been removed from any office in the university on grounds that are inimical to the interest of any group of students. Clause D, has previously held the position of executive officer under this constitution. Article 38, clause 3. Without prejudice to any provision of this constitution, a student shall qualify to stand and contest election to any office provided he is not a final year student.
Thank you very much. So you qualify, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Told your people not to write an exam, and up till now they have an F in their paper. Meanwhile, you wrote it.
Please,
Is it true or false?
It is not true.
Can you please explain to us?
Yes, please. Thank you for your question. But I would like to say this is a palpable fallacy. There's no truth in it. In the first place, an instance like this has happened. But I'm just trying to recall. It was in level 200. I was the class president for public health nursing by then. So we were supposed to write an exam, as you said. And the date of the academic calendar came. It was supposed to be 12. So we were there, and on the 4th, we were called to come and write an exam, which was practicals. So as a class president, we relayed the information to our people, and we realized that it wasn't appropriate. So we have to approach the management.
Please let me cut you a little.
All right.
I'll let you continue. Who do you serve, Ashraf?
I serve the students.
So you serve the students, and then the students told you that the academic calendar, okay, had 12, only 12 on it. And you said here emphatically that it was a practical paper, and they were asked to write it on the 4th, meaning they were not prepared. They told you that they have to wait, or you have to go and speak on their behalf. And then you want them, or you are forcing them to write the paper because the lecturers are saying you should write it. Can we entrust UHAS students into your?
I was not enforcing anyone. It was an issue that came to my table as a class rep. And I was not the only person in charge.
Did it come to your table, or you were part of it?
Yes, we have 3 class reps in so now. We have the nursing class president, we have the midwifery class president. I'm the public health. So certain instances, it doesn't cover only public health. It's the 3 departments that were affected. So all the class presidents have to come together.
At that time, you were not NAMSA president.
I wasn't the NAMSA president.
Okay.
I didn't have any authority to tell the students either to write or not to write. But we, the 3 class presidents, have to come together to reach consensus. These are what our people are saying. So what are we going to do?
So what were your people saying?
They were saying that the time wasn't favorable.
And then what did you do about it?
So we went to management to speak to them. That was the first thing we can do.
Management, that's in Vice Chancellor?
No.
Who did you go
We
to?
have the clinical coordinators in the school who conduct such exams.
And then?
And we have the school officer there, we have the patron, we have the dean of students. Sorry, the dean of school.
So who did you go to?
So we first went to the clinical coordinator because he is the one that conducts the exams. So she was the first point of contact. So we went there, and she told us that the exams has been already it has been set already. So she can't do anything about it unless we go to see the dean. So we went
to see the dean?
Yes, please.
And then what happened?
The dean also convinced us that the exams, now that they've arranged the place, they've arranged everything for the exams, there is no way we can say we won't write.
So did you go back to the students to tell them?
Okay, at that point, the issue became an issue of public concern. So as at that time, I was not the one in the front line. We had SRC executives by then, Norman's time, who came in to also, speak to the students, because we saw that what we were telling them wasn't enough to convince them.
Okay. And so now that people, okay, have Fs in their results because of you, and I'm sure it's more than half of your NAMSA